Hey guys, thank you so much for coming back to check your girl out yet a mother freaking again. It's your girl Chrissy, and guess what, mother effer? I'm back. Period. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to the starter lock heads, the baby lock heads, the first year lock journey. I'm going to give you guys some tips. It's been a minute since I catered to the starter lock community. Yeah, it's probably been since I was in the starter lock community. So I just really want to give you guys my top 4 starter locks don'ts. So let's get into this video. If you struggling and you need some help, stay tuned, keep watching. Okay, starter lock don't number 1, do not wait more than 4 weeks to get your locks retwisted, especially within your first year to year and a half, sometimes even 2, depending on your hair type and texture. It is best that you just go month to month. That's just the best thing that you can do for your locks within the first year, is train it to lock. That's literally what you're using that time for in that first year. Teaching how your hair should grow. Okay, it's used to growing out straight and loose or curly and wild or whatever. Now it is growing in a different way, and the more you train it, the more it will know to grow in that direction. And this obviously is for those who want more traditionalized locks. I'm not talking about the wicks locks or the freeform locks. I'm talking about those traditional or traditionally manicured locks. You want to go every month for a retwist. And with that being said, under the same umbrella, you do not want to go every week or every 2 weeks. Don't let no mother freaking loctician tell you to come every 2 weeks. Like, if I hear that, like, okay, deuces, obviously she's not on my kind of time. No, we're not doing that. I would say just for the first year, every month. That's the best thing that you can give your locks when you are first starting your lock journey, is a routine and, you know, training it while it's young to go in its place, for those of you who want manicure locks. Okay, so anyways, moving along. I feel like this is just like a big one, because either you start this lock journey with a fresh cut, okay, with a teeny weeny afro, but you dye your hair before going into this lock journey, or within your first year, guilty, dye your hair or bleach your hair within this first year of being locked. That is a big no. That's a don't for me. Give your locks a chance to do what it wants to do. I mean, minimal manipulation. I say keep it on a regimen as far as the hair care itself is concerned, as far as washing, shampooing, and conditioning for those who condition, as far as oiling, moisturizing, misting, watering your locks. In that sense, yes, you have a regimen. As far as retwisting your locks, you have a regimen. But for something like bleach within your first year of being locked, I don't think that's fair. Honestly, I'm gonna do you a big one. I don't think it's fair to do anything to your locks before it's fully locked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this from experience, because I've learned the hard way. Okay, like, I just learned that those were my big don'ts, and that's what this video is about. My big don'ts. Okay, so yeah, like, I would suggest to stay away from chemicals such as bleach and dye for your first year. Or, like I said, I can do you a big one. Wait until your locks are fully locked, okay? Out of that baby teenage stage, okay? Going to number 3. So getting into starter lock don't number 3, very briefly, piggybacking off of like the no bleaching and dyeing, Please do not overly style your locks. If it was up to me, I wouldn't do a single style. It's not like your locks are going to be like super long and you needed to put it in a ponytail or pigtails or whatever it is. You can leave it alone. It doesn't bother you. That is actually the only stage. Your starter lock stage is your only lock stage where your locks really don't bother you. So enjoy it while you can, because when they're this length, 4 or 5 years later, yeah, they're gonna be in a way, okay? You're gonna miss your starter lock length, okay? With that being said, just chill on the ponytails, the braids, the twist out. Why are you doing that to your starter lock? When you do that, let me just break it down real quick. When you do that, you are compressing your locks, truly not giving your locks a chance to do whatever it wants to do. If you are genuinely seeking a lock journey where you allow your locks to be who they are with minimum manipulation, with that being said, I would say like just retwist, maintaining you're not free forming, because you can do it either way. With that being said, just don't allow your locks to be free and just wear your hair out. That's it. Don't put in no little baby little pigtails. Don't put in no little baby Bentu knots. Don't put in no little baby twist or braid outs. Like, don't. Why are you doing that? It's not even long enough. Stop it. You're ruining your locks, sis. Okay. Take it from somebody who know a little something. Okay. And our final number 4 starter lock don't. Please, please, please promise me. Promise me, if you get to this point, take an oath by hitting the like button and subscribing. You got to do both. This is a part of the promise, okay? This is part of the sisterhood and the lock sisterhood, okay? The lock queenship. Please promise me, within your first year of being locked, or 2 years, you know how I feel about that. Promise me that any errors, any dislikes, discomforts within your lock journey, within this first year of being locked, please correct. So what I mean is, if you felt like you wanted locks this size, which I did when I initially started my locks, and at some point within like a month or 2 or 3 later down the lines, after getting your starter locks, you see how it's forming and you're looking at other people's locks and you're seeing your texture and you're just like, you know what? I think I'm actually effing with thick locks. I want my locks to be thicker. Like, I really love the look. I didn't know that it looked that bomb, because that's how I feel. That's how I felt. So with that being said, comb those mother effers out. It's a problem. You're not in love with your locks. You wish for something more. So if there's an opportunity for you to disconnect from something that is a lifestyle, it's a lock lifestyle, it's a commitment, okay? Fix it within that first year of being locked. If you feel like you want to split your thick locks up, like maybe thick lock look is not what you feeling right now, comb them babies out and start anew. If you're experiencing breakage or damage, comb those babies out and start anew. Or shoot, if you don't feel like combing them out, grow them out, grow enough out for, you know, a little bit where you do not maintain a retwist and have a little baby fro underneath your locks. Cut that part off and start with the fro of fresh hair of new growth that never formed into your locks. You feel me? Because I think that's what I'm gonna do when I start my new lock journey. Whatever issue it is, if you feel like you want your locks thicker, you not only can you comb them out, but you can also combine them. I personally feel like the best time to combine your locks is within that first year. You know what I'm saying? And any other year that you wait to combine a lock is like, are you using a crochet needle? Because if you're doing the twisting method, even if you was using a crochet needle, or what am I saying? Interlocking needle. Even if you was using an interlocking needle, like, it's going to be thicker and coarser, like tougher to do more work. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it can't be done, but it's still going to take a little bit more elbow grease. So it's just better for you to correct any issues or dislikes that you have within your Loc journey within your first year. And still, if you feel like this Loc journey is not for you, start a new one or don't start a new one at all. Some people go into the Loc journey prematurely and they feel like they just want the style. They don't understand that it's a lifestyle, and the Loc journey actually begins when you decide that you want your Loc journey of deciding what style and all this and products and all, like that starts before your actual Loc journey. So for some people, they don't look at it like that. And you know, when they realize, oh, my oldest son, for instance, had me pay $90 for him to get his starter locks. This boy took it out 3 days later. I was like, what? Like, who does that? Like, I was so disappointed. He tells me after he takes them out. So I'm like, why? And he's like, oh, because they started to get messed up. That's the process. So for some people, they want it to look neat all the time, and they don't realize you go through a frizzy stage, a budding stage, a fuzzy stage. You go through a thinning stage. You go through stages, okay? And people don't realize that. And when it happens, they're just like, take this out. Yeah. So if you learned within your first year of being Loc that, you know what, this ain't for me, just take it out. I ain't gonna judge you. Now the other people in the Loc community might, but not, that's why I'm unapologetically going to cut this set of locks off. Like, who that for you? Okay. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love and harmony, and of course, be blessed. Yes.